everyone, my name is Sabrina Melodious and welcome to my channel. In today's video we are doing a tutorial. Yes, we are, and it is called the How to Crochet the Christmas or Not Diamond Granny Apron tutorial. Now I know this is a huge title, but I think it says it all. So this one was particularly inspired by my little granny, and I will show you her photo. There she is. Wasn't she wonderful? Her eyes were just the kindest eyes you could ever see. Yes, she was truly wonderful, and I miss her every single day. Regardless of that, whenever I saw my little granny, she was always wearing an apron around the house. Every time I went there, it just never failed. You would see her in an apron. And her colors of choice were always creams and browns. Rarely did she ever wear any colors. And if she did, it wasn't her choice. It was her daughter dictating her wearing them. So if she chose her own colors, it usually was creams and browns, beige, that kind of stuff. So I designed this particular apron with several options. First of all, when I first designed it, it was not Christmas related. And the edging was quite plain and very efficient. And then I thought, why not do a Christmas one as well? So I thought about it, and the edging is super cute and I think more Christmassy. And of course I got the Christmas colors. So I will show them to you in a little moment. So I'm going to try and do my best to show you them aprons. Now I can't guarantee that I will show them to you very well. So I might pop in a couple of pictures shortly. But anyway, so here is the non-Christmassy one. There we are. And here is the Christmassy one, which is of course a lot more exciting and fun to make. Look at these colors and look at the edging. Yes, like little pom-poms, just like my Snowdrops baby blanket, which by the way, I will link the tutorial in the description box below for the Snowdrops blanket. So I will show it to you very quick because it's right here. There it is. And look at the edging. And it is very shimmery. The yarn is very shimmery. I don't know if you can see. But it is nice and 3D and a really enjoyable blanket to make. So anyway, this video is not about this one, but it's about the wonderful aprons. So I will see if I can show them to you on myself, but I highly doubt that I will be successful. So let's start with a non-Christmassy one. Okay, so there we are. I'm putting it on myself. And I might have to lower the camera. So let's lower the camera a little bit. I'm not too sure how far I need to go. So bear with me, please. Okay, I think that will do. You see, this is how it is. And the back, of course, is just like so with the tie. Okay, and now let's try the Christmassy one on. So here is the Christmassy apron. Putting it on myself. Oh, this is so much festive. Look at the edging, even on the side, right here, where you can see the lovely pom-poms, and at the bottom too. I just Really love that one. I think this is my favorite apron. And the tie at the back, and it's just really lovely and so cheerful and just, yeah, I really like it. And I hope you will too. So let's bring the camera back up. Okay. So now that I have introduced all them things, I will pause and insert a couple of pictures here of the finished aprons so you can see what they look like. And then let's get started with the tutorial. I will discuss materials and also the measurements and everything in a short moment. If you feel like you want to skip to a certain part of this tutorial, I will stamp all the timings in the description box below. So thank you everyone. I hope you will enjoy this tutorial. And if you do make it, that would be awesome. I hope the instructions will be clear enough. And I would love to see your finished items. So feel free to send me some emails with your pictures and everything. So there we are. Have fun everyone. And thank you very much. And there we are. Enjoy.
Okay, so to make the two wonderful aprons, we need to discuss materials. So we're going to need some DK and several colors. So for the non-Christmassy apron, we are going to start with 2 balls, which is 200 grams, and that's going to be our main color of this Stylecraft Special DK. But of course, if you can't get that, just get any yarns that you can of DK weight. So this is the color. And let's see if it'll focus. There we are, tomato. So we're going to get 2 of those. But admittedly, the second one, you will not use a whole lot of it. In fact, this is how much I have left. So I think I have used maybe a third of it, or perhaps just over, not very far off a half possibly, because it's quite hollow inside. You can't see, but it is quite hollow inside, so not quite a half, but maybe getting there. Okay, and then we need 2 contrasting colors. So the first contrasting color is called Spice. There we are. Let's see if it will focus for us this time. There, Spice. And the second color, the second contrasting color that is called Buttermilk. There we are, Buttermilk. So these are the 3 colors you will need for the non-Christmassy one. And now we're going to look at the ones that you will need for the Christmassy one. So of course we're going to need 2 contrasting color. The first contrasting color is simply white. Again, it's Stylecraft Special DK. And let's see, will it focus? Focus! But it does say white, I promise. Maybe because the other colors are in the background. I'm not sure. This camera does what it wants when it wants, not when you want it to. Anyway, it says white. And then the second contrasting color is called Bottle. And it's a lovely green. Look at that. It doesn't look as green as it is in real life. It just looks a bit more dull on camera, but honestly it is a beautiful green. So hopefully you will be able to see that in pictures. I might go outside and take pictures of the yarns and insert them in a moment. Okay, and finally the main color is called Matador, and we need 2 of them. But once again, the second ball, you will not use all of it, maybe just under half of it. Matador. And the second ball that I have used is here, and I think honestly I used only a third of this one. It seems that some of these skeins have got more yarns than others, I'm not sure, but I didn't use as much with this one. And finally what we're going to need is a wonderful crochet hook, and this is a 4mm. Whether the camera will focus or not for me is a different story. Come on. There we are. Focused. 4mm crochet hook. And optional, but I would definitely recommend a few stitch markers. And of course some scissors. And that's it. That's all you need. So let's, without further ado, begin. I hope you will join me and really enjoy this wonderful apron. Either you will make it a Christmas one or not. This is entirely your choice. So let's talk measurements. Measurements will be discussed especially for the waist area and the ties during the tutorial, but I figure it won't hurt to give you some measurements right now. So, from the top to the bottom of the apron, this measures it measures 21 inches, or possibly 20.5 inches, 20.5 inches, which in centimeters, that is 52 centimeters. And in its width, from here to here, this measures, let us see, 22 inches. My eyes are failing me really badly. As you can see, 22 inches, which in centimeters it is 56 centimeters. Okay, so now the waist area measures 15 inches, or 38 centimeters. The ties measure 27.5 inches each, and that is 69 centimeters. And the waist, how it is here, this one in width, this one measures 1.5 inches, which is 4 centimeters, but admittedly on the Christmassy one, that one is a little bit wider because I've done 2 extra rows, and measures 2 inches, which is 5 centimeters. So here we are, we have all the measurements, we have what we need material wise. So hopefully you will enjoy this wonderful tutorial, and I look forward to seeing your pictures if you feel you want to send them to me through email. My email address is always in the description box below. Okay, so to do our item with different options, one is a non-Christmassy one and the other one is a Christmassy one. And we will also have the option of 2 different borders, which is pretty neat, right? So the premise of that is that we are going to need 32 diamond shapes in total and 4 half diamond shapes. So I will show you what I have for my non-Christmassy one. So I will start with the buttermilk diamonds, and we will need 4 of those. So here's buttermilk. Buttermilk is the name of the color. So buttermilk times 4. And then I used spice, also need 4 of those. There we are. Those are the solid colored ones. And I used tomato, also times 4. So in total we have 12 solid colored ones. And now I will show you my mixed color diamond. And we will need 20 of those. So in total we will have 32. This is how it looks. So I've got my 20 here, all already made. There we are. And I will show you the half one. And we will need 4 of those. And I used the tomato color. So there we are, need 4 of those. And those will be to go to the top. I will show you all that as we progress along. Okay, now I will show you my Christmassy option. So for the Christmas option, we have 2 different types of diamond. This is the first one, and we are going to need 12 of those, where the center is red, then we have green, and then white. So we need 12 of those. This is for the Christmassy one. I'll leave that here so you can see. Okay. And then the other one where we need 20 of those, where the center color is green, then we have red, and then white. Can't really see that well, can we? Here we are. We need 20 of those. 20. Oh! Okay. And we need 4 half ones. And I have used red. And this will be to go to the top. There we are. We have 4 of those. 4. So I will not be showing you how to make all of those, obviously, because it's just way too much work. But I will show you how to make 3 items. I will show you how to make this one, solid color, and these are very quick to make, so I don't mind showing you all 3 items. I will show you how to make this one. And I will show you how to make this one where you change colors. And I will show you how to make also this one. Just a half. It's very easy, and I hope you will enjoy this tutorial. When I've showed you how to make those diamond shapes, after that I will show you how to assemble them and in what order and things like that. And once we've done that, I will show you what to do next. Okay, so we are going to start with a solid diamond shape, and I am going to use the spice color. I don't know if you can see. There we are, spice. Okay, and so this is done in 3 rounds. So as you can see, this is very, very quick to make. So with my 4mm crochet hook and my lovely DK, we are going to start with a slip knot on our crochet hook. Here we are, just like so. And now we might want to zoom in a little bit to see what we are doing. Okay, so first to start we're going to do a chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to join to form a ring. Or of course, if you want to use the magic ring option, this is entirely up to you. So we're going to join and we're going to form a ring, and I am going to work over my tail because I really hate sewing in ends, and I will not do that if I can help it. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start our diamond shape just like a regular granny square. So this chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So we're going to do another 2 double crochet in the ring. So 1 and 2. So now we have 3 double crochet. We're going to chain 2 to do a corner. I was going to say to shape a corner, but no, just to do a corner. Okay, and into the ring we're going to do another 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 2 to do our second corner, and we're going to do another 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 2 and another 3 double crochet into the ring. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 2, and we're going to join with a slip stitch on top of the chain 3, and this will conclude the first round. There we are, and this is what we have so far. It's just like a regular granny square. So now to go on to the second round, we are going to slip stitch in these 2 stitches and slip stitch into the corner stitch. So let's do that. And now we are ready to move on to round 2. So let me grab one of my diamonds and I will show you where we are going to start to form the diamond. Okay, so here is our diamond shape. So as you can see, these are just the regular granny square corners, but these are where we're going to elongate the stitches so that the square becomes like a diamond shape, as you can see, just like so. And we're going to start that on round 2. So the second round and then the third round. So let's do that. Okay, to start round 2, we're going to chain 3, do 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet in here, just like you're going to work a regular corner of the granny square. So let's do the 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet into the same space. And now we're going to chain 1 in between the clusters for the squares or diamonds in that case. So now that we are in another corner right here, this is where we're going to do a diamond corner, because here we're doing a regular granny square corner, and then in this one we're going to do a diamond one, then in this one we're going to do a regular granny square, and then into this one a rectangle one. So into that one we're going to do the diamond one. So how we're going to do that is we're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and now we're going to do a treble crochet. So if you don't know how to do treble, instead of yarning over just the once, you're going to yarn over 2 times. 1, 2. And you're going to complete your treble crochet. Chain 2. You're going to do another treble crochet into the same space, followed by 2 double crochet. Chain 1. This is between the clusters of 3 stitches. Into this one we're going to do a regular corner of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and into the last space we are going to do a diamond corner of 2 double crochet, a treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and we're going to close this round with a slip stitch on top of the chain 3, and round 2 is complete. Almost. There we are. This is the end of round 2. So let's see what we have. As you can see, the diamond is starting to take shape. These corners here are longer than those. Okay, so to go on to round 3, which is the last round, we're going to slip stitch into these 2 stitches and into the center. Let's do that. So into this corner we're just going to do a regular corner of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. This is the diamond corner, this is the regular corner, and this is the diamond corner. So let's do this. Chain 3, 2 double crochet into that space, 1, 2, chain 2, and 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and into that chain 1 space we're going to do 3 double crochet, 1, oh dear me, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and we are now at the diamond shape, so we're going to do a diamond corner, but this one is different from round 2. So we're going to do 2 double crochet, and I think something wrong with the yarn. No, I'm not too sure. No, it's all good. So, oh dear me, every time I'm behind the camera I just lose all my faculties for some reason. So okay, 1, 2, and we're going to do a treble crochet just like the previous round, but this time instead of doing 2 chains we're going to do 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a treble and 2 double crochet into the same space. Chain 1, and into that chain 1 space we're going to do 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and into this next space we're going to do just a regular granny square double crochet of 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Chain 1, and into that chain 1 space we're going to do 3 double crochet. Chain 1, and into that space here, this is the diamond corner, so we're going to do 2 double crochet, 1, 2, treble crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a treble crochet into that same space, with 2 double crochet also into that same space. Chain 1, and into the final chain 1 space we're going to do 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and we're going to complete this round by doing a slip stitch in the top of the chain 3. And you are now ready to fasten off the yarn, and this is what our diamond is looking like. There we are. Now you can see it is truly a diamond shape, and this is how easy it is. So next I will show you how to do the multicolored one. It is exactly the same instructions, exactly the same, but I will show you how I did mine. Okay, so this is our multicolored one. We are going to do this one. So to do this one, we are going to start with the color green, which this one is bottle. Okay, so just like our regular granny square, just once again, in fact I will just tell you to do that, and then I will rejoin you at the end of the round. So we will try and make this round, a diamond a little bit shorter, because the first one took some time, but the instructions are exactly the same. So you're going to do your chain 4 and slip stitch to join to form a ring, and then you're going to chain 3 and start one of those little sides here. So you're going to do 2 double crochet, and that will make 3 double crochet. Chain 2, do another 3 double crochet, chain 2, until you have 4 groups of 3 double crochet and 4 chain 2 spaces. When you get there, I will show you what to do next. Okay, I'm at the end of round 1. All I need to do is a chain 2 and join to the top of the chain 3. So I will do that. So now that we're going to change color, normally you would just snip your color right now, but I'm not going to do that. With this same color, I am still going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches and into the chain space. It will make sense in a little minute. So let's do that. Slip stitch into these stitches and into the chain space. Once you've done that, you're ready to cut your yarn off. Now let's do that. That is done. Oh, by the way, now that you've done that, you can just tighten the little hole a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, and you can snip that yarn as well. There we are. I do not like to sew in ends, especially when you do quite a few squares or diamonds or anything like that, and it's just irritating. Right, so now we are ready to move on to round 2, and I am using the color Matador. Sometimes the camera really struggles to show you what I'm doing. Please focus. No, it's not going to, but I promise it does say Matador. Shall we try one more time? There we are. Matador. Thank you, camera. So we're going to do a slip knot on our crochet hook, and we are ready to join the yarn into that corner. So let's do that. And into that corner we're going to do a regular oh, there we are. Just because I'm behind the camera, once again, I am completely struggling. So yes, in this corner we're going to do a regular granny square corner of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So we're going to join the yarn with a slip stitch, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this is a little bit fiddly, but it will only be fiddly for this corner. Once you've completed that corner, you can just carry on as normal with the rest of this diamond shape. So we're going to hold both of those ends, and we're going to crochet around those. So then we don't have to do any sewing ins, which is pretty neat. So now we've got our chain 3, which counts as a first double crochet. We're going to do another 2 double crochet, and don't forget we're going to do those right on top of these tails. So 1 and 2, chain 2, and we're going to do another 3 double crochet in that same space. 1, 2 and 3, and now I'm going to chain 1, and you can drop those now. You don't need those. In fact, you can just snip them right off right now if you want, because I am. There we are, and you can forget about those ends. They're done. They're nice and secure and pretty much invisible too. Okay, so now we're going to do our diamond corner of the second round. So we're going to do that by doing 2 double crochet, treble crochet, chain 2, and then a treble crochet, and 2 double crochet. Okay, now let's just explain what to do next. Now that you've done your first regular corner, and then you've done chain 1, and you've done your diamond corner, you're going to chain 1 and then do a square corner of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and in the final space you're going to do the diamond corner, which consists of 2 double crochet, 1 treble, chain 2, 1 treble crochet, and 2 double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, and I will join you and tell you what to do next. My goodness me. Okay, so I have almost completed round 2 of that multicolored diamond. So I just need to do 1 chain and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. Okay, we're going to do the same as this round here. Instead of cutting our yarn just now, we are going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches and into the chain space. So let's do that. 1, 2, and now into that is chain space. Once you've done that, then you are ready to cut your yarn. And I've already done that. Here we are. And this is what our diamond is looking like. This is how it looks. So as you can see, this is really starting to take shape. This is just a regular granny square corner, and so is this one. These two are the longer ones, and I think you can tell by those stitches here. So now that we've done that, let's move on to round 3 with our white yarn. And you're just going to join in the same corner as this one, where you do a regular granny square corner of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So let's do that. Let's rejoin the yarn. There we are. And just like the previous round, we are going to stitch around these 2 tails. So you're going to hold those with your left hand and do your chain 3 and work your regular corner in there and holding those tails at the same time. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochet into that same space. 1, 2 and 3. And now you can just turn your work around and snip your colors, because you don't need those anymore. They could also get in the way, and I just don't like those. I like to cut them as I go along. There we are. Only takes a couple of seconds and it's done. We don't need to worry about those ends anymore. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to chain 1 and do 3 double crochet into that chain space. And the rest of the instructions are going to be the same as the previous diamond. Goodness me. Chain 1 and into that space, this is a diamond corner. So we are going to do 2 double crochet. Remember, the diamond corner for round 3 is different to the round 2. So 2 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, and now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Treble crochet and 2 double crochet. And now I'm just going to go through the instructions with you. So, we're going to chain 1 first of all. We must never forget the chain 1 between the clusters here. Chain 1 and into that space here we're going to do 3 double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1 and into this one here you're going to do a regular granny square corner of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1 and into that space you're going to do 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and into this final corner, this is a diamond corner, and you're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, chain 3, 1 treble crochet, 2 double crochet. And once you've done that, you're going to chain 1, do 3 double crochet, chain 1, and you're going to join to the top of the chain 3 here, and I will join you right after that. I am now about to complete round 3 of this diamond square, or whatever you want to call it. So I need to chain 1 and join to the top of the chain 3 with a slip stitch. Once you've done that, you can just do a slip stitch, well, just like a chain if you like, and just snip your yarn. And this diamond is ready. You will have to shape it a little bit. There we are. And here it is, just like the other one. The same. So this is done. You need to do all your other diamond shapes, and when you've done that, we will be ready then to move on to these half diamond shapes, and these are super quick to make, so I will be right back and I'll show you how to do this. So to achieve those half diamond shapes, it is very easy, and this time we're working in rows rather than rounds, and it is just 3 rows. I was going to say rounds. Okay, this is very confusing, right? So to do that, I'm going to use my tomato color because I do like this color and I love tomatoes as well. So we're going to start with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 4 just like the other diamond shapes, and we're going to join to form a ring. So let's do that. Okay, so now we are going to work really differently. We are going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. And we're going to do 3 double crochet in the ring. 1, 2, and 3. Now we are going to work a corner, so chain 2, and into that same ring we're going to do 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. So since here we have a double crochet and a chain 1, we need to mirror this on the other side. So we're going to chain 1 and do a double crochet into the same ring. And this is what we have so far. So now that we've done that, we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn our work around, and we are ready to start on second row. So into that chain space here, as you can see here, we're going to do 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do a corner here, which is the diamond corner, and to that peak here it will always be the diamond corner. So we're going to do 2 double crochet, 1, 2, and a treble, and we're going to chain 2, do another treble and 2 double crochet into that same space. Chain 1, and into this last chain space we are going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into that same space. So, oh, I am losing my stitch. Start again. This never happens off camera. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet into that same space. Row 2 is now complete. Okay, so let's move on to the third and final row. So chain 4, 2, 3, 4, turn your work around, and into that first chain space we're going to do 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and into that chain 1 space we're going to do 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and now we are at the diamond corner. So we are going to do 2 double crochet, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a treble crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, do another treble into that same space, followed by 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Okay, now chain 1, and into that chain space we're going to do 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1, and into that final space we're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1 and another double crochet, all into that same space. So 1, 2 and 3, chain 1 and one last double crochet. When you've done that, you can snip your yarn just like so, and you will now have this half diamond, as you can see, just like so, just like the other one. So now that you will have all the instructions to make the mixed color diamond. Where is it? There it is. And you've got the instruction to do the solid colored one, which I have lost somehow. There it is here. I will bring it back. Isn't that a song? I can't sing it in case, you know, copyright law or whatever. There is a song, we'll bring it back, right? So you've got your instructions to do those, and you've got your instruction to do those. So go ahead, do all your half diamonds and all your diamond shapes, and once you've got all those done, I will show you what to do next. Next section is about putting all your shapes together. Now, with this camera, I am quite limited as to how much I can show you, but for what I have on the table, I think you can see how the shapes are going to be put together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside and take pictures, and I will be back and I will show you the assembly of how my items are going to look in a little second, and then I'll be right back. So now that I have shown you both pictures of both my items, the Christmassy one and the non-Christmassy one, you can see the order of all the diamond shapes and half diamond shapes. So now what we need to do is assemble them together, and it is very simple. We are going to do a lot of slip stitches. There will be no sewing involved at all whatsoever, and it's very, very simple. I will show you in a moment what you have to do, but I am going to work this in sections. My first section, and this particular one here, which is a smaller it's a smaller scale of the other one. I will start by doing I will join my yarn to this corner here. Bless you, darling. So I will use red to do all the joining, because that will look very Christmassy. So I will join my yarn to this square, not this one, and it will make sense right at the end when we're working on the border. So remember, you join your yarn to this one here. And then what you're going to do, you're going to work up that way, and that way. When you finish that side, you are going to snip your yarn off. Then you are going to rejoin your yarn to that particular corner and work through that side, and join the yarn to this one. Wait a moment, I need to focus on this. you will join your yarn to this, work on that, and then you're going to join, forget this one, you're going to join your yarn to this one and work up that side, and finally up that side, and snip your yarn. And you're going to do that in every single one, so it will interlock with each other, and eventually you will have your full item. Once you've got that, we will be able to do the next section. But before we do that, I will show you how I will join this side together. I will be right back. I will just get the yarn and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we are now ready to start on joining all the diamonds together. So for now I have put those here, and we should have 4 of those in height, like this. And when we get to the bottom, those diamonds, we should have 5 side to side, not counting those, but those here, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, so to start off, we are going to get rid of those one here, because we are going to start by joining this section first. This, and then we can just go up a little bit as we go, like this and like this, until we get to that one right here. Okay, so we're going to start at the bottom, and we have a few notes, very important notes to make. So as we go along, we will start by joining these 2 corners together, and we will single crochet in the side here. And as we pick up the next corner, extremely important to know that we are going to work all 3 corners almost simultaneously. I will show you what to do, and in each corner we need to have a single crochet, 1 chain, and a single crochet. All this is very important, except when you first pick it up here. Here on this one you will only have the 1 single crochet, and as you go along here, we will make 2 single crochet, 1 chain, and it's 1 single crochet, 1 chain, and 1 single crochet. So it works out like you've got 2 single crochets and 1 chain. It is just to work like a corner, if you like. So we will start here, and then crochet here, then join here, crochet here, and then join here, and so on and so forth, until you get to the top where you get your half a diamond shape. So for now we will pause 1 second and we will begin right here. Okay, we are ready to start joining the diamonds. Yeah! So, as I mentioned already, I've got my yarn already with a slip knot on my hook, and we are ready to pick up these 2 and join the yarn in these 2 corners at the same time with a slip stitch. This will act as a 1 chain, and we're going to do like a half corner in this one. So we're going to join with a slip stitch. So you're going to put the wrong sides together, so the right sides are facing us, and on the opposite sides just like so. Okay? And maybe I need to zoom in for this. Let's do this. Here we are. Okay, so let's start. in this particular corner, I'm sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, in this corner we are going to put a slip stitch into both of the works. There we go. Now that we've done that, we're going to chain 1 and do a single crochet in that same space. Here we are. Okay, now you know in single crochet or double crochet, any stitch you do have front and back loops. Now this will be your choice. We will do a single crochet in both of the stitches here on that particular piece, and at the same time on the other one as well. We will do single crochet simultaneously in both layers. If you want to do in both loops, this is your choice. However, on the first piece I'm going to pick the back loop, which is here. See if I can show you. Here. Where's the back loop? This camera is driving me crazy. Let's see. Back loop on this particular piece is here. So I will pick up that one, and on the opposite side I will pick up the front loop, the one right in front of you, and it will just look really nice. But however, you can just pick up both loops if you want to. So let's go ahead and do that. So for me it's back loop and front loop, and do a single crochet, back loop and front loop. It might seem like a lot more work, but honestly it's going to be so worth it. And I will pause 1 second. Okay, I am back. So now we've done the 3 single crochet. We are ready to single crochet in the chain 1 space right here. So let's do that. And now we need to carry on in these next stitches, as you can see. So let's go ahead. Back, back and front. I think it just gives a nice definition when you do that. But like I keep saying, it is entirely your choice. You could just do your single crochet in both loops. That's perfectly okay. It will still look very nice. So back and front. And don't forget to put a single crochet in a chain 1 space. Back and front. And back and front. So this is where we are now. We have finished this. I need to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so we've worked on this particular ridge. So now what we need to do is we need to work on this ridge here. And how we're going to do that is, first of all, rejoin your yarn to your hook. And we need to work these 3 corners together, or almost. What we're going to do is, first we're going to do a single crochet into these 2. So do your single crochet into that one, gonna chain 1, and now you need to work on this side. So you're going to pick that one up, put it here, and with that one here, that corner, and that new corner, you're going to put in a single crochet. So this is how it's going to look. So all the corners together are joined. So we've done our corner of 2 single crochets and a chain one space and working all three corners together. I hope you understood that. If not, I will carry on that side and we will work on that next corner right here. So let's carry on. Working that side, we are still going to do the back loops and front loops, or of course you can just do your both loops at the same time, but each stitch is worked with a single crochet, and each chain one space also has a single crochet. So let's do this. Single crochet in the stitches. That stitch has one of those slip stitches, which makes it a bit more difficult to get the back loop, but it's okay, I will get it. There it is there. I see it, but I'm finding it hard to get it. I've got it. Okay, I got it. It's done. Single crochet and chain one space, and then we carry on with the stitches. So back loop and back loop, front loop, back loop and front loop, back loop and front loop. And now we are at the chain one space, so do a single crochet in that chain one space. And now here's the last cluster of the row, so let's carry on. And here's the last stitch of that particular cluster. Here we are. So now we are ready to pick up another corner. And this time it's going to be that one. As you see. So we are going to do one single crochet into that corner, chain one. So let's do this. In that particular corner, we're going to do one single crochet, chain one, and now we're going to pick up that side here and work from that corner to that corner. I hope this is easy enough to follow these instructions and that you will not get too confused. So one single crochet in that corner, and then we're going to carry on our stitches as before. So I'm just going to do a few and then I will show you how it's looking. So 1, 2 and 3, and I will do the single crochet and chain one space, and I will stop here for now just so I can show you how it is looking. So let's zoom out a little bit. Here we are. This is what we have so far. So I will put the yarn at the back so it's not getting in the way and we can see better. So we've done that side, and we are doing part of this side. So as you can see, the corners are looking really nice when you do one single crochet, chain one, and then one single crochet, and so on and so forth. And you're going to do that until you get to the top. When you get to the top, you will join those together and snip your yarn. And when you've done that, you've got all those together just like so, and you will be ready to go on to the next line, which will be like this. So here you will pick up your yarn and you will join these two. I will zoom in. You will join these two corners with a slip stitch, then do a chain one and do a single crochet, then work your side up. When you get to that corner where you get the 3 corners here, you will first of all work these two together with a single crochet, chain one, and you will go to that corner in particular and that corner, and you will join with a single crochet in that corner. And then you will just carry on with all your stitches until you get here, and you will just work it up and until you get to your half corner, your half diamond, all the way up here. And then you will just carry on and put more diamonds here until all your diamonds are all sewn all together. And I really hope that these explanations were very clear and that you will not get confused. If you do get confused at any point, do not hesitate to put either a comment in the section below or email me, and I will be more than happy to help you with anything. So I will carry on, and when I've put all my diamond all together, and it will be a nice piece, I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so now that we have our diamonds put all together, this is what it looks like. There we are. And I will show you the Christmassy one as well. Note that this is the wrong side. In case you're wondering, that doesn't look right. No, that's because this is the wrong side. I think it still looks pretty good on the wrong side. But anyway, this is the right side, and you can see all the diamond shapes. And this is the top of the apron. And as we go along, these are the edges, and here's the bottom. So now that we've done that, our next step will do how to do the waistband and the ties. Okay, now we are talking about another important section of this tutorial, and it is the belt section as well as the ties. Now the recommended size for the ties, for how long they are, they should be from here. You do not count the belt section. You measure from here to the end of the tie, and the recommended size should be 36 inches. Mine isn't. I felt mine 36 is a little bit long, so mine is 27.5 inches. And the recommended size for the belt section is between 2 and 2.5 inches. Mine is not that wide because, again, I thought mine is wide enough, and mine is, I believe mine is 1.5 inches. Oh, there we are. It's exactly 1.5 inches. So it is entirely up to you if you want to do your ties bigger and this section bigger. I will tell you how to achieve this. And then we will have our belt section here as well as our ties done, and then all we will have to do are the borders because we have 2 different borders to offer. So let's begin. So let's get to work. So we are going to start with one of the ties, and admittedly we will be working on the ties as well as the band all together, but to achieve this we need to start with the ties. So if you want to do a 36-inch tie and using your 4mm crochet hook and your DK yarn, you are going to chain 144 chains. If you're going to do the same as me, I'm going to start by chaining 110. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I'm not going to count to 110 on camera, so I'm going to go off and I'll be back when I've got my 110 and I'll tell you what to do next. Okay, so now that we have got our 110 chains, or if you have decided to do your 144 chains, we now need to work on the waist bit. This is one of the ties. So now we need to move forward and go to the waist area. And so you need to grab your apron, and with the right side facing, it's very easy what we're going to do. You see here, I'll put my crochet hook down. Every time there's one of those holes where it's either a chain 3 or a double crochet, there's a chain space. You will do 2 single crochet in each of those, and in each section you will get 7 chain spaces. So in total we will do 14 single crochet, and we've got 4 of those. So in total we should have 56 single crochet. So let's start, and this is where I will bring some of my stitch markers, and I will use some stitch markers here because as you will come back on the next row, sometimes between the last or the first chain and the single crochet, one of those will be missed. So I don't want to miss any of those. So for that reason, let's go ahead and carry on. So you are not going to just join your yarn with a slip stitch. No, this time you're simply going to do a single crochet into that space. Are we close enough? Here. So in that space here, just do a single crochet as if you've done tons of single crochets already. Just pretend that you're in the middle of a row and just do a single crochet just like so. And now that's done, I will put my stitch marker in there. I do not want to lose that stitch. So, and then another single crochet in that chain space. And if you prefer to do 3 single crochet, by all means go ahead. But for me personally, the 2 single crochet are enough. So, 1 and 2, and in the next chain space right here, another 2 single crochet, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Okay, so you are going to do that until you have finished the last chain space, and I will rejoin you then. I have done my very last stitch, so now I will put in my stitch marker. There we are. And this is so easy and so quick to do. What we have to do now is, when we started this row, we did 110 chains. Ah la la! Sometimes my words get muddled together. Make new words, right? So we did 110 chains, or if you did 144 chains, and we need to mirror that on the other side. So you will do 144 chains or 110 chains plus 1. So in my case, I'm going to do 111 chains, or you 145 chains. I can't even count anymore. This is ridiculous. Okay, so let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to go off camera again because you do not want to watch me count until 111, do you? So I will be back in a second. Okay, so I have got my 111 chains. So this is how it looks so far. We have started one row of the single crochet here, and we've got our 2 ties here. So now we need to go ahead and do the next row. So you're going to turn your work around as well as your chain. Okay, so now we are basically going to do just single crochet all the way down. So you're going to go into the second chain from the hook and do a single crochet. And of course I will put a stitch marker there because that's another thing that I use a lot. When I do single crochets and half double crochet, at the beginning and at the end of the row, I always put stitch markers. That way I do not need to count any stitches in between or make sure that I do not add or subtract any stitches as I go along. So that way when I get to the stitch marker, I know this is the last stitch, and then when I start the row, here's the first stitch. I do never get confused. My number of stitches always remains the same. So we've done our first single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and we are simply going to do a single crochet in each chain across. And when we've done that, we will get to the waistband. So you will do a single crochet in each single crochet to the end, and then you will do all your single crochet in that chain until you get to the end. So I am going to go off camera and do this row, and I will be back to tell you what to do next. Okay, so I am nearly at the end of the row. I've got another 3 chains to do. So I'm going to do that. There we are. This has been a very long row, but this is very important to do because it's to do the ties as well as the waist area. So I'm going to put my stitch marker now. And the first row is now completed. So let us see. Our first row is completed. Our both ties are done with our first row. So now we'll bring the other apron because the other apron's ties and waist area is done, as you have seen already. And I want to show you because I want to show you how many rows I've done in total. So up to now we have done 1 row of the tie section. We are not going to count. Well, you could count actually. So from in this section I think I've done 9 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I've done 8 rows of single crochet for the ties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've done the first row already. So if you want your waist section and this section this wide, which is 1.5 inches, then you're going to do another 7 rows of just single crochet. So at the end of your row you will chain 1, turn your work, and just work a single crochet in each single crochet across. It's going to be a lot of single crochets, but this bit has to be nice and sturdy, because obviously these are ties and the waist section. So you do want those to be nice and sturdy. So if you want to do my size, carry on with another 7 rows, so that you will have 8 rows of single crochet for the ties. Or if you want yours a little bit wider, you just, use your own judgment and add 2 or 4 rows or 6 rows. It is entirely up to you, but I think for me this will be wide enough. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work off camera, do 7 more rows, or if I decide to do more, I will come back and let you know. Okay, so I have now finished the waistband and the ties, and I got a little bit carried away. So in the previous apron, the ties are they've got 8 rows of single crochets, and this time I did 10 rows of single crochets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's not a lot of difference, but it is a ½ inch. So in the other apron, the ties measure in that way 1.5 inches, and this time around they measure just about 2 inches. So there we are. So the waistband is now 2 inches and feels a lot more sturdy as well. So that is done. All we have to do now is work on the borders. So there will be 2 different kind of borders. For this particular one, it will be a little bit more Christmassy, and the other one will be a non-Christmassy one. So I will pause and I will start on the border section. And here is the non-Christmassy apron, which my grandmother, I think, would absolutely adore. These are her colors, and she would just love that, the diamond granny squares, if you want to call them that. She would absolutely love that, and how the colors are going. So for that reason, I'm not going to do anything too complicated for the border. This is just going to finish nicely the item and look just as lovely with a simple border, which I really think that this is what she would like. So how are we going to work this border in particular? This is border A. We're going to call it border A. So let's see now. As you can see here, this is more or less looking like a chevron on the side and at the bottom and then at the side again. So I have decided that for this border we're going to work just like with a chevron. Here are the valleys and here are the peaks. Valley, peak, and so on, even at the bottom. Here are the valleys and here are the peaks. So we're going to do a lot of decreases and a lot of increases. So let's get started. Okay, so let's grab our yarn and our crochet hook, which is still a crochet number 4mm, and our DK yarn. Let's get a little bit closer. Okay, I think this is close enough. So this is the top of the apron where the waistband is and the tie. So we're going to flip that to one side so we can work on the side of this apron. And we're going to join the yarn. I will show you where. I will put the tie to one side so it's not in the way any longer. Okay, so here is where we're going to attach the yarn. Do you see here? Right here. There are some spaces there which are part of the valley. And right here there's a space. So we are going to join the yarn into here just with a slip stitch. And once you've done that, we've got our first valley. And what we're going to do in that first valley is a 2 single crochet together. So it is a decrease. And how we're going to do that, I might have to zoom in a little bit more, is very simple. Pretty sure that most of you know how to do a 2 single crochet together. So we're going to insert the hook and into that first space and grab the yarn, and you're going to leave it there. You're going to do that into that space as well. So there we are, and now you've got 3 loops on the hook. So you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and this is classified as a 2 single crochet together or as a decrease. Okay, now that we've done that, we are going to work all the way up to this chain space here, and we are just going to do a single crochet in each stitch and chain space across. So let's do that. There's 1, 2 and 3, and here is a chain space, so you're going to single crochet in that chain space. And now we have 3 double crochets, so you're going to single crochet into each of these stitches. So 1, 2 and 3. And there's another chain space here, chain 1 space. So you're going to do a single crochet. And there are 3 double crochets, so you're going to single crochet into each stitch. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and now we have a space here which is a peak. We're going to call it a peak because that's what it is really. So into that peak we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1 and a single crochet all into that same space, just like so. And now we're going to go back down and we're going to single crochet into each stitch and chain space across until you get to that last chain space. Leave that for now and I will show you what to do. So let's do that. Single crochet into each stitch and chain space across. So hopefully this round will be very quick and you'll be finished with that particular apron, and hopefully you will enjoy what you have created. I would be very interested to see your finished item, so please feel free to email me your pictures. My email address is in the description box below as always. So now that we've done that, we are now at our valley. So we're going to do another 2 single crochet together. So let's insert our hook in that first chain space and grab the yarn. We've got 2 loops on the hook. We're going to go and do that in that other chain space. So we've got 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And we have done our decrease. And we're going to start again with a single crochet in each stitch and chain space until we get to the peak. This is an extremely easy and very quick border to make. And it just really finishes off nicely the round, I think, the whole thing. Okay, we are now at our peak. Here we are. So we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet. And this is how it looks. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see. There we are. And this is our tail. We don't need to see that. And here we are. I think it is really nice, a nice border to do. Simple but lovely. So you're going to do that all the way around until you get to here. And when you're about to the last, when we're to the last peak, when we get to there, I will rejoin you and show you what to do, how to finish this border. So I've done the border all around and I've got one peak left. So I'm going to pick up the work here and show you how to end this particular border. It is very, very easy. So let's rejoin the yarn and carry on. This is our last peak. And as usual, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and a single crochet in that same space. And we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch and chain space across. And our last stitch that we will do will be here. And then I will show you how to end this. So let's do this. Our single crochets, not many to do now. Three more single crochets, and here is our last one. So we are now at our very last valley. So we're going to do our last decrease, very last decrease. So here we are. We're going to insert our hook into here and grab the yarn, and we're going to do that in that same space here. And we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. That was our very last decrease of the row. So now what we're going to do is go into that space and join the yarn with a slip stitch. Just like that. And now we are ready to cut the yarn. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And what we're going to do is get rid of this tail somehow. So you're going to weave it in. So I'm going to do that just now. Weave it in the back side. So it is nicely hidden and no one will see your weaving at all. No one needs to see that, right? Excuse me, I got a bit of a sore throat today. Okay, and now that's done, nicely hidden, no one would know that it is here. It is done, and our apron is finished. So this is how it looks. So I know that I can't show you too much of it here, so I'm gonna go outside and take a picture, and when I've finished both of my aprons, I will show you the pictures. So there we are. I think this is a really nice border. Very simple, but quite stylish, you know, for this particular apron. And here are the ties. So, yes, and I like the 3D effect as well from the ridges. Just pretty neat, right? Okay, so let's go and start on border B, which I hope you will enjoy because it should be very, very festive for the Christmas apron. And now we are ready to begin on border B for this particular apron, which is a very Christmassy one. So I hope you will enjoy it, and admittedly it's going to be very, very similar to border A. The only thing that we will work differently is at the peak. We are going to work something very similar. In fact, it will be the exact same stitch that I used for the Snowdrops blanket. So you will see in a moment. Hopefully you will really enjoy making that and that it will look very festive. I think it would look nice with a white border, but personally for this particular apron I want the border to stand out a little bit more because as you can see here the border is white already. So I am going to rejoin red yarn and work all around this beautiful apron. So let's do that. Okay, so here we are to start on border B. So just like border A, let's go back into here and join a yarn into that same space right there. I hope you can see. See, here are the valley chain spaces, and here is the one space that we are going to put it in there. It's where there's a stitch, but it doesn't matter. We're going to join our yarn into here, and since it's the same color there, we are not going to see anything at all. Now, just like so. Okay, and now we're going to work our very first valley, which is a single crochet decrease. So I'm sure you will know how to do this by now. Now let's do this. There we are. And now we're going to single crochet into each stitch and chain space until we get to the peak. And then I will show you what to do. And hopefully you will find this border a lot of fun. Here's a chain space, and now we are going to go into the stitches to do some single crochets. Here's a chain space, and now we have 3 more stitches to do until we get to the peak. We are now at the peak and we're ready to work on what we're supposed to do next, which is going to be a bubble. So it's a double-sided bubble, just like in a Snowdrops blanket. And if you don't know about the Snowdrops blanket, you might really enjoy that tutorial, and I will link it in the description box below. It is super fun and super cute. Okay, so I have mentioned the Snowdrops blanket and how the border is very similar to that, but we will do it slightly differently. So we are now starting the peak. We're going to do a single crochet in that chain space, and we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's zoom in. In the third chain from the hook, we're going to do 3 unfinished double crochet. So what I mean by that is you're going to yarn over, go into the third chain from the hook, insert your hook in there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do that until you have 5 loops on the hook. There we are, we have 5 loops, so now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 5, and we're going to chain 3, and into that space that was created here when we closed the cluster or bubble, whatever you want to call it, we're going to do another bubble in here. So we're going to do these partial double crochets until we have 5 loops on the hook. Five loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 5. Okay, so now we're going to have to close this like it is a shell, and it will become a little pom-pom. So you're going to pull your yarn through like that so you don't lose your loop, and you're going to close that like this so that the front sides are facing us and the other side. And you're going to insert your hook into that space here, just like so, and you're going to grab that loop here and you're going to tighten it up and pull it through here to close the bubble so it becomes a pom-pom. You see? Very nice. Then you're going to chain 1, and into that chain 2 space here again you're going to do another single crochet. So this is how it looks. It's super cute. And now we're going to single crochet our way down until we get to the valley. So a single crochet in each stitch and chain space across. So let's do that very quickly. Of course, you don't have to do that very quickly. You can just take your time. But I just want to get this tutorial done for you. Chain space here. And then let's do another 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. And now we are at our valley. So we're going to single crochet 2 together. And I'm going to do this one more time with you, where I'm going to go and do another peak. So let's crochet ourselves all the way up here, single crochet in each stitch and chain space. And here we are at the peak again. So let's do another one of those together, and then I will let you carry on until we are almost at the end. So in here we're going to do a single crochet, chain 4, and into the 3rd chain from the hook we're going to work another bubble of double crochets until you have 5 loops on the hook. There we are, 5 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 and chain 3 and do another bubble into the top of that last bubble that we did. So remember, until you have 5 loops on the hook. It is always more complicated when you are on camera for some reason. Okay. Now that we've done that, we need to close this so it becomes like a little pom-pom. So you're going to pull your yarn, make sure it's nice and secure and it won't go anywhere. You're going to close it from the front to the back, like that. You're going to insert your hook into that space here, and at the same time grab that loop from behind, just like so. And now it's on the hook. You need to tighten it up and pull it through that hole here, just like so, to close that little pom-pom. Chain 1, and into that chain 2 space do another single crochet. So it's like that, and just like the other one here. And then you're just going to do all your single crochet in the stitches and chain spaces and your 2 double crochet together in the valleys. So I will stop here and show you. When you get into the valley, you need to do 2 single crochet 2 together in the chain spaces, and then as you go up or down, you're going to do single crochet in each stitch and chain 1 space across. And when you get to here into the peak, you're going to do a single crochet, chain 4, work a bubble in the 3rd chain from the hook. Once you've done that, you're going to chain 3 and work another bubble on top of that bubble that you made previously. You're going to close it, chain 1, and do a single crochet in that same chain 2 space, and you're going to go back down again until you get to the valley, and you're going to do that all the way around, and I will rejoin you when I've got the very last peak to do. When you get to the last peak, I will then show you how to end this particular border. Okay, so I'm at my very last peak, so I'm about to do my very last bubble or whatever you want to call it, pom-pom, anything you want to call it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the 3rd chain we will do a group of partial double crochet until we have 5 loops on the hook. That's 3, 4, and 5. Pull through all 5 and chain 3 and do a bubble or cluster or whatever you want to call it on top of that previous one. 2, 3, 4, and 5 loops on the hook. There we go. And now we need to close that one. And chain 1, single crochet in that same chain 2 space. And now we have a few more single crochet to do, and then we have 1 valley left. So let's go ahead. Chain 1 space, then single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Then we have a chain 1 space. And we have the last 3 stitches to do, so the last 3 single crochets, 2 and 3, and this is the very last valley, so we're going to do 2 single crochet together. And now that we've done that, we are ready to rejoin the yarn into that little space here, where you can see that space. There. Now you can cut your yarn, and we're going to get rid of this tail. Let's weave it in through the back side so that we do not see that at the front. It will be nicely hidden and no one will need to know where that is. So I will hide that right here. Weave it in. I will weave it in a couple of times so that there's absolutely no chance of unraveling. And at the same time, no one will see that. That's done. We can cut the yarn and we are officially done with either our Christmassy apron or not. So here we are, and look at this wonderful border. Isn't it so much fun? This is very nice for Christmas, I think. I really do. So it's a darn shame I cannot show you the whole apron on this camera. It will only show as much as it will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, take a series of pictures of both aprons, and I will insert them right here. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial on how to do just an ordinary apron and a Christmassy apron. And thank you very much for joining me. And until the next time, happy knitting and crochet, everyone!